Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Continue learning about square root. In this video, we will learn about new techniques. Let me explain a little bit about this new technique. You know the result of square root 4 equal to 2. How about 4? I can rewrite 4 in another form like this. 2 squared. 4 is 2 squared. And square root of 4 is means square root of 2 squared, and you can write down here is 2. Cannot be incorrect this question, okay? But how about I rewrite it in inverse direction? You have 2 equal to square root of 2 squared. This one a little bit weird because you already learned about the square root, and you familiar with the action take square root of something, but in this one a little bit harder. You will have the definition of inside square root and outside square root. Example, for this one, you got 2 times square root of 1. It means 2, right? And my design is I want to take 2 outside the square root. I will move it inside the bracket, inside the square root, sorry. And I will take square for that number. Look at this. 1 times 2 squared. So when 2 outside the square root move to inside the square root, I will take square for 2. How about 3 times square root of 2? In this form, I want to move this one. I want to move the 3 outside the square root, move to inside the square root. You will have something new. 2 times this. 2 times 3 square. Okay, the same method for this question, square root of 5. And for this one, I want to change from 4 outside the square root become 2 inside the square root, and then I'm got 5 times 4 square. Okay, so let me check. The result here, you got simplify this one equal to 4. This correct. For this one, you got 3 square root of 2 equal to here is 9 and square root of 18. Yeah, correctly. And for this one, you got 4 times square root of 5 equal to 16 times 5 equal to 80. Yeah, so from this form, I can convert this one become to single square root. I call this is single square root. Only one square root for this expression. Okay, this square root, this one I call it is a new technique for square root calculation. Okay, so let me make clear more about this one. I have the form of the operation 2 times square root of 5, and I want to move number 2 outside the square root, move to inside the square root. I will take 2 square first, and then I put it under the square root. I put it under the square root like this. Okay, so calculating in this one, you got 5 times 4, and then you got here square root equal to square root of 20. So 2 multiply square root of 5, you got single square root of 20, square root of 20. Okay, 3 times square root of 3. Okay, so this the 3 here, I will move it to inside the square root, and I will have 3 square. And then 3 times 3 square is mean 3 times 9, and this one equal to 27. Yeah, 27. I think this action is not too difficult for you right now. Yeah, very easy. So let's practice a little bit about this one. You have 10 questions in this screen, so I need you to do 5 first. One by one, I will write down my answer here. Change from this one become to single square root. You got 2 times 3 square, and here is 18. 3 times 5 square. 5 square means 25 times 3, you got square root of 75. This one you got 2 times 5 square, and put this under the square root, and you got 50. This one right. And 5 times 2 square under the root, you got square root of 20. And for this one, you got 3 times 10 square, and you got 300. Okay, so this column a little bit complicated, but it's just complicated about calculation, and you can use in your calculator, of course. So I'm got here 2 times 7 square and calculator. So what is your 98 for this question, and you have 10 square here under the root, you got 500. So 2 here, 13 square is 169, and calculator times 2, you got 338. 7 times 16 root 16 square, put it on under the root, you got 7 times 16 square. Okay, so big one, 1792. And the last one, you got 11 times 20 square. I think I can guess the result here, 4,400. Okay, let me check again. Yeah, I'm right. So that is the way how can you change from the integer square root become to single square root. Okay, when you want to put the number become to inside the square root, you put that number square. Yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and see you next time with harder technique of square root. Bye bye.